ding-dong affair in the Gambia, the small West African nation dogged by political deadlock. Will President Yahya Jammeh cede authority, or would there ever be a let-up in the international campaign against him? Napoleon Ato Kittoe examines the politics of the Gambia with some interesting footage and some bites.
The pristine beaches of Senegambia, a town in the Republic of the Gambia. It is the nectar of the country, a resource that rakes in significant revenues. Each year, tourists, particularly European holiday makers, pour into the Gambia for a pastime. Western culture therefore finds a space in the Islamic Republic of the Gambia because along the beaches, the tourists are often scantily clad in the bikinis and other swimwear that countries strictly applying Islamic laws will not tolerate. On 11th December 2015, President Yahya Jammeh declared the country an Islamic republic, saying the move was to dismantle any vestiges of colonialism. 95% of the Gambia's population are Muslims. Yahya Jammeh's political stance on Islam was interpreted variously by analysts. In a nutshell, it was to create closer ties with wealthy Gulf Arab nations, which may not be that interested in any human rights record, before stretching a hand to Jammeh. His country had lost significant amounts of economic aid from the West on account of alleged human rights abuses. Some have said the Gambian leader had converted the country into Islam to divert attention from the economic woes of his country, which many attribute to a flight of Gambian youth overseas looking for greener pastures. Political opposition in the Gambia and dissidents abroad criticized Jammeh on that declaration. To them, he had flouted the constitution, since any transition required that the opinion of the entire citizenry is sought in a referendum. That is the last legal prerequisite before the status of the secular state can be undone. The other step is to test majority in the Legislative Assembly backing the move. So while his pronouncements and Gambia's human rights record put Jammeh at odds with the West, the natural landscape and scenery of the country continue to attract tourists there. A paradox that blows the lid on the other side of Yahya Jammeh's Gambia, which appears to be the serene, undisturbed social setting. These were the views of some tourists interviewed by GTV News in 2015.
So we've been here 9 years, have every intention of coming here, God willing, for the next 9 years. So, but lovely hotel, lovely country, lovely people.
Lovely weather, lovely birds, yeah, food, everything. This is my 4th year. Lovely, isn't it, Pauline?
The first year we came, everybody said they'd been here for 15 years, 16 years, and we thought, oh, why keep coming back? There's lots of places to see. We went home and booked again straight away, and we do that each year now.
Yahya Jammeh marked his 20th anniversary in power in 2015 with pomp and pageantry at the National Stadium in the capital, Banjul. It was attended by a number of West African leaders, including Mauritania, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Guinea-Bissau. Scenes from that event painted a picture of a Yahya Jammeh endeared to his people. At this point, it was difficult to draw the line between make-believe and natural life. One tourist at the event pointed at the affable nature of the Gambian military during a period of security maneuvering in the capital as part of the anniversary celebrations.
We certainly don't get that impression. And when the President arrived on the 17th, which you had the celebrations here, all the army arrived with all the guns, and it looked very impressive. But when we went out for a meal, and we walked past them after the President had arrived, they all talked to us. They were very friendly and nice. Where in England, if the army turned out with guns, they wouldn't be talking to anybody. They'd be very much on the ball. But here, very nice. I was very surprised that they were as talkative as they were, smiley and very pleasant.
A Gambian national our news team spoke to was ready with answers until he choked when a question was posed at him to share his thoughts on Jammeh's rule.
Oh, that one is not easy to comment. Yeah, it's not easy to comment. We can just say Gambia is peaceful, people are fine, no problem.
Well, just a few days ago, the message was that planes were heading from Europe to Banjul to pick up holiday makers who felt their security in the tourist paradise cannot be guaranteed anymore, given the current situation. They sense military confrontation as Gambia's neighbors mass up around her borders under the banner of ECOWAS, intent on intervening in the current political crisis in the country, a kind of last resort if President Jammeh refuses to step down and if dialogue fails. The Gambian leader lost elections held on December 1st last year. He initially conceded to Adama Barrow, but changed his mind later, alleging fraud. Two positions are pitched against each other on the Gambia now. Internal figures and institutions are on the side of Yahya Jammeh, with Parliament extending his mandate by 3 months, while the case awaits a court decision. The military from where he emerged stand in close affinity with him. The other scenario is international pressure urging him to give up and hand over to Adama Barrow, who has sought refuge in Senegal. As the heat is on, the military action continues to play in. Does the principle of non-interference in the sovereignty and internal affairs of member countries belonging to regional organizations and the United Nations apply here? Are there any precedents and new laws that have come to modify primary regulations? When world powers intervened in Libya's proxy rebellion, it left that country in confusion with a tasteless chain reaction. When no action was taken in the case of Rwanda, inaction led to a genocide that pricked international conscience. In both scenarios, be it action in Libya or inaction in Rwanda, both situations left in their trails mass deaths. Well, a strange thing has happened in the Gambia, with Adama Barrow's son being bitten by a dog and dying suddenly. No one is answerable to that incident. Napoleon Ato Kittoe reporting.